They were wizards, but they slit your gizzards too. They plundered arcane mysteries, and all their foes did wail. Beware lest ye encounter a mighty Mage of Sail.
Hello, it is me, Patrick McNamara, your best friend and the only person who truly understands you. We are here to play Mage of Sail. Our ship, the Nexus Spear, is approaching the Treasured Virtue, which is the ship of one Paxton Fuppy. And we intend to rob that ship because we are, as well as being wizards, also pirates. So you all awaken from you got to have like a daytime nap before the fight. And when you awaken, it is battle stations. Everyone is ready to go. You have a boarding crew with grappling hooks at the ready. You have Jen and Eric are preparing the cannon crew as best they can. They've got a list of instructions in front of them that they're following very, very carefully for their order of operations. Dr. Elizabeth Splatt is standing ready to tend to the injuries of the crew. She is a zoologist, so she's going to have, limited effect, but, she's going to try her best.
A lot of ketamine.
A lot of ketamine's going to be involved. Yeah. They're going to have, everyone's going to be really vibing.
Yeah.
Nice. So every time I think of ketamine, I think of a time when I was at college. I was in music college, and someone made the assertion that modern drugs do not create good music the way that classic drugs do. So we had like drug boomers in the lecture. And I'll always remember because weed inspired so many great albums. And like all of these old things that people used to do in the 60s, they would write great music on drugs. And then a guy from the DJ course puts his hand up and goes, what about ketaminimal? And then sits down, crosses his arm as though he has just achieved something.
Oh my God.
And I have never seen any references before or since to ketaminimal. And he may have made it up at that point. But my understanding is that it's music that you can listen to when you're extremely zonked on ketamine, and it's not going to overstimulate you.
Okay.
So that's my story about ketaminimal.
All right.
You never know when you're going to drop an anecdote. It could happen at any time.
Anytime. Also, pretty sure the drugs are been pretty... a lot of them just change names.
Yeah, a lot of the classics are still around, I think. Yeah. It's so as you get up, you see your crew in front of you. Mary Drexel is standing by. She says, would any of you like to give a speech to the crew before we begin to try and raise their spirits, perhaps?
Is everyone looking at me? Yeah, I had shit the last time.
I didn't take any points in charisma, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you got these fancy extra points in charisma.
Sure, I'll give a speech to the crew.
Sure. So, what are you gonna say?
Oh gosh. I'll just, hold my staff and say, the seas may be wide and unforgiving, but today you have magic on your side. And then I'll send up my parrot. Mm-hmm. To be like a spirit and just buzz everyone's head and say, we can't lose.
Sweet.
Short but sweet.
Give me so that's going to be, because you're giving Stephen a form, you're going to need to use forces for that.
Yes.
So that is going to be a vulgar effect. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be, you're using forces to give him a kind of body, mm-hmm. and you're using spirits to contact him. So that's going to be 6 dice. You're going to be the difficulty of 3.
Okay.
And 1 paradox, or?
And 1 paradox you do.
Yeah, I got 3 successes.
All right, so Stephen the parrot goes, it's my time to shine. And he flies around the ship. He does some dive rolls. He's doing barrel rolls. He's doing all the coolest stuff he can think of. He doesn't actually really have to think about aerodynamics because he is essentially pretend.
You're right.
So he's doing some stuff that would probably shear a real parrot in half.
Right.
Everyone goes, hey, bones! Bones!
Bones! Bones! Bones! Bones! Bones! My best speech, but I'll take it.
And Mary Drexel says to you, yeah, by the way, the closer we get, the more you're going to want to chant bones, 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 bones. That's my morale trick.
I'm like, Stephen, shout bones.
And Stephen goes, bones, 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 bones.
I figure that parrot voice. Bones,
yeah.
bones,
and as they hear him, they go,
bones,
bones, bones, bones, bones, bones. And it appears at one point that you may be bones locked, where everyone is simply going to be setting off each other's chants of bones, bones, bones. But it does eventually subside.
All right. Bones.
So I'm going to say that your starting morale is 5. Everyone's getting on pretty well.
Okay.
But as you sail off into the night, you stand shoulder to shoulder with Apex, with the Master of Hounds. Corbin St. James has a rifle, and she's sitting in the crow's nest, which you now have come to realize is a pun.
Oh, we knew.
Yeah. Everyone was hugely surprised that the lady whose name was Crow. Yeah. And you see on the horizon the enemy ship, the Treasured Virtue. Now, you have so far not indicated to them that you are pirates. But as you get closer, they put up a red flag, which Mary explains to you is a warning to stay away. She says, and if we don't change course, they're going to absolutely realize what is going on.
Can we put up the skull and crossbones?
Yeah, you want to put up a flag?
Are we cool with that? Are we going to put up the skull and crossbones?
Well, we do that, or we could do like. I know it's bad form to put up the white flag and move forward.
That's pretty shitty.
Just fake them out.
Just fake them out.
We don't need to do that.
I'd like to imagine, so every ship has its own version of the Jolly Roger.
Yeah.
Because it tends to be done on site.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think that it's the Mage of Sail logo.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That someone has presented you with a skull and crossbones in a wizard hat.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay, I do like the look of that.
Yeah,
So
good
let's-
branding.
Let's,
Whoever did that.
let's go ahead and toss that up
So
there.
you toss that up. Corbin St. James shouts down, "They're preparing to fight."
Good.
Good.
Bones.
They better prepare. And everyone goes, "Bones."
Bones. Bones.
So now, I'm going to explain to our beloved audience. Your objective is to get from, let's see, this is camera right, to get from all the way over there on the right to all the way over on the left, while doing as much damage to crew health and morale and ship health as possible. Every time you do 5 points of damage to the ship, the crew will lose a point of morale. The exact same thing is true of you. So these are your final preparations. If no one has anything else they'd like to do, we're going to enter initiative.
Alrighty.
I think Wilhelm would like to go up into the crow's nest as well, just to get a good view.
Sure.
Just to get a good sight line on things that could be happening.
Okay, so you're up there in the crow's nest. Does anyone else have anywhere in particular they would like to be on the ship?
I think I'll position myself next to Big Paul,
Okay, at
next
the helm.
to the helm, so that I can help out if there's anything in that sort of realm.
Absolutely. How about you, Liga?
I'm going to hang out by the front of the ship.
The front of the ship. You want to make sure the boat cow is protected?
Yes.
Yeah. You notice that a lot of the men are trying to find excuses to be around the front of the ship.
It's crowded.
Yeah, it's a little bit crowded there.
I kicked
There's a
them all
bouncer.
out.
They're like, this is mine.
And you go, "Oh, it's my turn. Captain coming in.
My turn.
To do what?
Spend time with my fine lady."
Spend time with the lady.
Yeah. A lot of this the boat cow's figurehead has awoken things in a lot of the pirates. They didn't quite understand. Okay, so let's go around the table.
Everyone's making their own cowsonas.
Calzonas, that was exactly what I was
God damn it.
yeah.
Oh my
Calzonas.
God.
Yes. We respect and honor this.
It's Liga, it's your first turn. And remember so the rules are that we're going to first determine who gets to move in a kind of a helmsman battle. Then we're going to fire cannons. And at any point, a wizard can do a magical effect to attempt to fuck over the enemy ship. That's the technical expression. Or indeed unfuck their own ship. There's whatever you want to do with magic. There's no limitations here. You can do whatever your spheres allow.
We're a little far right now, so I don't want to beef anything this far away.
Yeah. So one of the complications for this is that due to the range that they are at, wizards have to spend an amount of paradox points, or have to include an amount of paradox dice in their pool equal to their distance from the enemy ship. So we are beginning combat. Please roll 6 dice to determine which helmsman is going to control the wind gauge?
1, 2,
Four.
3, 4 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty good. They're going to have
Pretty
to
good.
roll like demons. You notice that even in the water, you can see that their ship is much bigger than yours, but it's also heavy. Like it's a large ship. It takes a long time to move around, and also your helmsman is very, very good. And as you start to get closer, you realize like Big Paul just has this absolute look of confidence on his face. He knows that he's got this. He can already tell that he's better than their helmsman. And you manage to secure the wind gauge. So go ahead and move 2 spaces towards the opponent.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, dang.
Now it is the time. You can either choose to move further, which will get you an extra 2 spaces. But moving further will open you up to a lot more damage, or you can fire your cannons. And you're also at a pretty good range there, where you could technically do spells to them if you wanted to.
Well, if we're faster than them, we should get as much area as we should first before we start attacking.
What do you think?
That's
You
my
want to
guess.
go for the charge?
Yeah, we're
Because if we're faster, the closer we get, the faster forward. Then we can start attacking closer,
Unleashing.
which does more damage. Mm-hmm. So I say we go in quick, since we're faster and they're slower.
Okay.
What do you think? So you want to head 2 more spaces?
Yeah, so if we do that, do we have to roll for a sort of...
No, that's just it. You've just charged. You've just decided that all you're spending your time on is
Okay.
trying to
Getting
get closer to their
So
ship.
now we are taking double damage?
However, you are now facing them directly on,
Yes.
and they are side to
Okay.
you. So
As
if
we're going closer, could I sense flaws in them?
it's not your turn yet.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I just got too excited.
Yeah. And now, Liga, they are going to fire cannons against you. Such cheek.
And only Liga can modify
Yes.
anything from here.
Yes, because it's her
Cool.
turn.
Cool. Great.
We're actually, now we have initiative, whereas before we didn't.
Uh-oh.
They had a difficulty 3 to hit you, so they do 3 damage. So as you charge, they open fire, and even though you're a little bit of a smaller target because you're heading dead on them, they do hit, and a cannonball hits and ripples all the way down the ship.
Oh, no.
It does some pretty serious damage. You don't hear any screams. No one seems to have been hurt, but you have taken 6 damage.
Oh, 6 damage?
Yeah.
Drops
Oh,
our
okay.
morale
Double
by 1.
damage. Let me say for context, you have 15 health, and you just lost 6.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. So charging has its downsides. Your morale has now gone down to 4. Now you can, should you wish to, spend a crew token to try and ameliorate that damage, perhaps using your friend Mary Drexel to increase morale, or help try and get Jen and Eric to help and repair some of the damage themselves. They're kind of pinch hitting as both bosun and cannoneers. That's why there's 2 of them. And you can do an effect at any point.
Can you do anything with your magic to help our ship?
Yeah. I want to.
That way we don't have to paradox it too hard. Although our paradox is only 2 from here, which is cool.
Yeah.
Is this 2 or 3?
So that would be 2.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's how many open spaces you can see.
Gotcha.
So we are closer. We have less
Yeah.
paradox.
And you also, if you're doing it to your own ship, you don't have to worry about the
Yeah.
range.
I would like to use matter to extend the fibers of the wood of all the broken areas to.
So long as you just knit together.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's rad. That's very cool. Okay, so that's going to be a vulgar effect without witnesses. Your difficulty on that is going to be 4.
So 6
Each-
die
yeah.
to 4.
So you're going to need to you're going to need to get 4 successes for it to work, and then every paradox point you get, a paradox die that you add, or success over margin is going to heal a point of damage for the ship.
Okay.
So if you get 4 successes, you'll heal 1 damage. If you get 5 successes, you'll heal 2 damage. And as long as you succeed the roll, any amount of paradox dice is also increased damage. So if you wanted to, you can include, you could do a full hand of paradox dice and repair all of the damage. But who knows what kind of, you're casting this on the ship. So it'd be a bad time for a paradox crit.
Yeah.
Or a really cool time. If you want a steel boat.
1, 2, 3,
wow.
4.
You got 4 successes.
Hey.
Sweet. Did you include any paradox die?
No.
No, you didn't? Okay, so you heal a point of damage.
Hell yeah.
And as you see, like, so it doesn't heal a tremendous amount of damage, but as the crew see, like, they, as soon as they saw, like, oh God, we took a hit immediately, this is not the best thing that can happen, and they start to see the cracks disappear, and some of the smaller holes are patched up completely, they begin to feel a little bit more confident in the fact that they have a wizard on board, and having a wizard on board is rad.
They have more than one wizard, but whatever.
4, technically.
Yeah.
A wizard, you know.
Yeah.
The best wizard.
Yeah. The best wizard.
Just get.
That's your title.
All right, Edmundston.
All right.
Your ship has taken a little bit of a licking in this first turn.
Yeah.
Oh, like, do we have to do anything else? No, we're good. You weren't going to fight it. All right, Edmundston, what would you like to do on your turn?
Do I need to roll the 6 dice again?
Yes, so 6
Okay.
dice to determine wind gauge.
And we have 2 paradox.
This is a mundane roll. This is
Okay.
something Big Paul is doing.
Okay, cool. So I'm technically rolling for Big Paul.
Yeah.
All right. 2 successes.
2 successes?
Yes.
Okay, so they rolled 1. So Big Paul, their helmsman has learned a little bit immediately from the first round of combat. They're doing a little bit better. Big Paul doesn't manage to get quite as far ahead. However, you can now, he does pull away, and you can decide if you want to go forward or back by 1 square.
Can we just stay where we are?
You can, yeah. If
Okay.
you'd like to do that, you can just hold position.
I would like to hold position.
Okay.
And that's when I'm going to use my magic to sense the flaws in the other
Okay,
ship.
excellent. So that is a level 1 entropy
Yes.
effect. So your difficulty on this is coincidental too. So the difficulty is 1,
Okay.
but you will have to include 2 paradox die because you're doing this at quite a range.
1 success and 2 scullies.
1 success and 2 scullies.
Yeah.
So one of those scullies is going to give you a point of persistent paradox.
Okay.
So as you look at their ship and you cast a sigil in your hand in order to see what's going on here, and you see it with sight beyond sight. You can see a particular area of their ship which has been like patched up kind of badly, and you
Yeah.
know that if you can get Jen and Eric to focus their fire on that particular point,
Yeah.
it'll do extra damage.
All right. And that's exactly what I do. I shout at them from the top because that's kind of where I positioned myself to be able to communicate to everyone.
Yeah.
And I said, whatever, aft, hull, lower, whatever, sailor, point.
Just point at it, just like, do that, and then Jen and Eric go,
Actually, I tell Steven, I'm like, Steven, fly to where there is. And I'm like, shoot at where Steven is. And I make
Oh,
Steven
excellent.
use as a target.
you're sitting around like a spotter.
Yes.
He's your laser target.
Yes, I say, Steven, don't worry, you can't be hurt by this. So
Yeah.
just go, point at Steven, and he'll send his little glowing body over there.
Painting the target?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's your turn to fire. You can fire roll 4 dice
Okay.
against their difficulty of
And I have
2.
1 paradox. Okay.
You don't have to include paradox. This is
Oh, okay.
This
So
is
it's
Jen
just
and
it's
Eric
them.
doing
Okay.
this, yeah.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, so you hit.
Steven.
Yeah, you managed to hit the exact right spot that you were going for. You don't get. It wasn't an incredible roll by any means, but they actually take double damage
Nice.
because you hit the exact right part,
Nice.
right part of the ship.
I
Whether
would-
there are more flaws to exploit is another matter. That's the main one you saw.
Right.
So they take 4 damage, and it looks like they've taken that's a pretty big hit. It's about the size of a hit that their crew were expecting to take.
Okay.
They're like, you're in a pitched battle. There's going to be some damage.
Yeah.
So they've just gone, yeah, that was exactly where we didn't want them to shoot. Hopefully this is over with. Let's carry on.
All right. Can I use my crew token to give the crew more morale?
Yes, absolutely.
And I want to say, we'll hit him again, and they won't expect it this time.
Okay, absolutely.
And follow Steven.
Okay, so you want to give this? Do you want to give this order yourself, or do you want Mary to do it?
I want Mary to do it.
Mary
yes.
to do it. So Mary says, because Mary's got a lot more dice.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I want Mary to do it. I mean, I say that, but I'm like, I don't know, Mary, you got this. I'm just trying my best.
We're all pirates, but you're like a
it's not
pirate.
Yeah, I'm like a pirate.
Yeah.
So
I don't have
Mary
a degree,
goes,
like.
Crew, we hit him once. We can hit him again. We've got 3 wizards on board and the other one who's asleep, is my understanding.
Bones!
Bones. And everyone is distracted by a bit. They're like loading up the cannibals. They're like, bones,
Yeah.
bones,
Perfect.
bones. And your morale goes back to the maximum. You're now at maximum of 5.
I wanted that hit to give them more morale.
Yeah, absolutely, and it did so. Noble Wilhelm, from your position on the in the crow's nest, what would you like to do?
So
you're gonna
no matter what, I need to roll move, correct?
Yeah.
So, which is 6.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 3.
You got 3. Okay, you can move up to. You can either stay where you are, or you can move 1 closer or 1 further away.
Okay, so
Now, the big disadvantage
yes, tell me.
of closing in too quickly is their crew is still ready to fight.
Yeah.
They're not injured.
Yeah, we haven't murdered anybody
Yeah.
on their crew yet. Are they ever moving?
So this represents like if they win the win gauge, they get to decide where you move to. So they could move you back.
Okay. Well, they could move close to us.
Essentially, they're moving further away.
Yeah. So I do have correspondence, so I don't give a shit about distance per se.
Yeah,
per
absolutely
se.
not.
So I don't necessarily need to move closer. I think what I do want, I think we can stay here for now, just in case, because I don't want them to move closer to board us before we are ready.
Yeah.
What I would like to do is take fire with a cannon.
Okay.
But I would like to use correspondence if that's possible.
Okay.
Within that, to effectively put a gate directly in front of where the cannon is shooting into, and then put a gate above.
So you want them to fire
I want to shoot
down into their ship.
down into their ship to hopefully do some crew casualties so that we can board potentially.
Fucking-
Also, I imagine that's scary as hell if it's just all of a
that's
sudden
gonna
like,
be that's gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a level 2 effect because Cannonball's quite small. It's going to be vulgar with witnesses. So you're going to need 4 successes for it to go off. And this is also going to do double damage. And if you hit it all, it's going to do crew it's going to do crew morale damage.
crew morale.
Yeah.
So do in this case, are we rolling a like shot?
So
to
yeah,
hit,
so
or not really? Because it's like
Jen and Eric's abilities here are not.
It doesn't matter. They
are
seem to
literally
shoot
just
it.
firing into a gate.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's the thing. Here's how I'm imagining it. Because this would only get you 1 cannonball, I got to imagine that you're opening the gate and then they're firing into the gate.
Yes.
And then it's coming out somewhere else. You're thinking with portals.
Yes, I'm thinking with portals.
Okay, so their shot. So they're still going to have to roll because they have to hit this small target. They have to hit the gate in order to hit the.
I mean, the gate could be directly in front of the.
That's true.
The head of the cannon.
Let's do it. So what we're going to do is roll your effect.
Okay.
And then we'll see.
Yeah, we have to see that. Yeah, that's important.
And we'll see how much damage that does based on that.
So we need 4 successes.
Yeah.
And we have 6 die. And how many are going to be paradox because it's vulgar?
Because it's
2?
so that vulgarity isn't going to add any paradox dice. It's just that paradox dice kind of adding scope and effect to it. You could do more damage by adding paradox dice in.
I think I want to try half and half.
Okay.
Let's go for
rolling 6 dice with 3 paradox dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the worst that could happen?
Well, I can imagine some. I just don't want to give you ideas.
Yeah. That's very wise.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so you got 5 successes.
Yes. No crits, luckily, that actually succeeded. Although, how does this work? So I got a crit on a black and a crit on a paradox.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a paradox crit.
Does that still count as a paradox crit?
Yeah, that's absolutely a paradox.
Okay, so I got... How many does that mean then?
All right, so you got 4 successes for the crit.
Yeah, so we got 4 successes. Sorry, 5 successes total.
Yeah.
1 on the paradox I was crit.
Yeah.
The other was a normal paradox crit. Or normal crit,
So as long as there's at least 1 of the crit is on a paradox die. Okay. It is a paradox
So
crit.
that's, in theory, 5 successes.
Yes, which is a lot.
But it's nasty because there's
You're
paradox.
going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But
but something
who
weird
knows?
is
What
going to
did you
happen.
do?
Who knows?
We'll find out exactly when he rolls some dice, looks at some tables, and
So-
figures it out.
So the great news is that as you sit here by Jen and Eric, and you use your awareness as your focus skill here, so you're engaging in a form of meditation.
And I have vision on everything, so I'm
Yeah.
like looking at where I want it to go.
You're meditating on the idea that everything is already in the
That
same
now I'm
place.
playing with portals.
Unfortunately, there's an issue with that thinking, which comes up during your meditation. You get sort of an intrusive thought,
Oh.
which is, if everything is in the same place at once, then our ship is also in the same place as their ship. So you do 8 damage.
To what?
Half of it
To
is done
whom?
to you,
Okay.
Oh, God.
and half of it is done to them.
Okay.
So this is one of the most terrifying things that has ever happened to anyone involved. Essentially what happens is you hear a boom of these cannons. And cannons are actually, this is one of those like
They're
obscure
really loud.
pyroflags. They're super loud.
Yeah.
Really loud.
I imagine the sonic
Yeah.
power travels through the
Yeah.
through the gate.
So you hear this boom, and then the boom suddenly is coming from above. And this is absolute chaos. It is like it is raining cannonballs down on both ships. And that's a real, like, above is a real weak point for ships, right? Because stuff goes straight down.
Yeah, it sure does.
So you take the Nexus Spear takes 4 damage, which is going to
What is that, 6 total?
yeah. The enemy also take an amount of damage. Both parties
Yeah.
are going to take 2 morale damage because this is fucking terrifying. This is incredibly scary. No one is ready for like artillery fire. you know?
Yeah. I would say our crew is aware of the wizards, and they're not. I just want to say,
I think they're aware that this could happen.
are
I
you?
still think it's scary because now they're also scared of you.
Yeah.
They're not scared of what you can do to the enemy.
Okay.
So we did scare him.
Yeah,
We
you
did the right
scare
thing.
them pretty well. So you've taken damage. They've taken damage. You've actually, at the moment, taken more damage.
Yeah, we net zeroed, but a little negative because of the
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
Broad
There's
fire.
also, like, thankfully, none of these cannonballs have not like gone straight down and punctured the bottom of the ship. They had enough like layers to go through that you're not taking on water.
I think it could be a time to spend a crew token.
Okay.
How bad I think we should use some repairs here
Yeah.
because we are a little tough. So how does that work? If I turn in this
Spend
token,
the crew token, and then Jen and Eric will do their bosun roll.
okay, which is a 4 die.
This is 4 dice. Yeah. And we'll see how you do.
Ooh, well,
And any
do we
success
do
that
with
Jen
that?
and Eric get is going to be a point that they were able to help.
it's 3.
3 successes.
Nice.
So Jen and Eric, you shout down something along the lines of, "Shit, repair that!"
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to friendly fire. I didn't think it was on in this mode.
Oh my god. Whoops.
My bad.
Oh my god. Everyone's like shitting their pants. My bad. Like,
And you just hear Apex going, "Excellent. This is an excellent battle so far. I'm having a tremendous time. Well done, Wilhelm."
Does he get a roll?
He's gonna be part of the boarding crew.
Okay, cool. I mean, he's waterboarding.
That's true. Oh, actually, no. So you've given.
oh my god.
He is waterboarding.
We're not
He's
ready.
going to
We're
make
not
an
ready.
amphibious
We'll let them know.
landing.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you get a little bit closer, he's going to be in the sea
Yes.
and he's going to come out on the other
Correct.
side.
Good.
So yeah, you're now down to you have lost 6 health out of 15.
But then we repaired.
You have lost 3 health so far.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we're at 12 health.
So yeah, you have 12 health.
That's great
Oh.
news. That's way better than
Yeah.
being at like 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought we
So
were
you're
6.
now doing a lot better than them.
Fixed it. Used my token though.
Yeah. Jen and Eric are
They're great.
rushing back and
MVPs.
forth, and they're doing a much better job than they expected. The thing about Jen and Eric is like people just kind of like them.
Yeah.
I get it.
They're just
They seem chill.
nice.
Chill?
They are. They're unsuspecting because the names, right?
Yeah.
They don't have a cool name like Big Paul,
Yeah.
Jen and Eric.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a thing where Jen's always standing on the left and
Yeah.
Eric's always standing
Yeah.
on the right. Like they're a real double act.
They have a lane. They stay in it.
So this isn't going to stop. Like the fact that your boat is not like urgently taking on water is not enough to really repair any morale because in the end you rained cannonballs upon them from above.
Yeah, I did. Sure.
Yeah. So you're still at you have 3 morale left. If you run out of morale completely, your crew will essentially surrender for you. So we now go to Liga's turn. Liga's got some plans, I suspect.
Uh-oh.
I have
Also, that was what I was worried about and didn't want to suggest. But we both got there.
Yeah.
So how many dice do I start with? 6?
Yeah, 6 dice to determine win game.
2 successes.
Bad news.
Oh.
You got 2 successes.
Yeah.
They got 6.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So somehow So here's the thing about Big Paul. He just nearly got hit by a cannonball from above.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. He doesn't know what it was, but he knows it nearly hit him.
Could be any of the wizards,
Yeah, it could
including
be.
the sleeping one.
So these guys have taken quite enough damage as far as they're concerned.
Who's these guys?
The treasured virtue.
Okay.
And so they attempted to get away, and Big Paul being a little bit shaken, he doesn't quite get the maneuver they're doing in time. You move back 2 squares. Now, you don't have the opportunity to charge because you didn't win the maneuver, but you can now fire, after which they will fire back, and you can choose to do an effect at any time.
Can I turn the water around them into ice?
Freezing their movement?
Yes.
Cool.
That's big though.
All right.
That's
Converted fireball or a cannonball.
You could because it's quite a lot of mass to turn from one thing to another. The other interesting thing about it,
it's still water.
that's still, yeah, but you're transferring it from
We're cooling
liquid
it
into
off.
solid, which makes it a level 3 effect.
Oh, okay.
Chemical changes. It's a physical
Yeah.
change. It's fine.
So and it's also like quite a big area. So I would say you could really fuck them up with this, but you would need to, apart from anything else, you're going to need to use a lot of your hand is going to have to be paradox dice anyway. Because you're fairly distant from them.
Yeah.
What could go wrong, TM?
Just try it.
Just try it? Okay, that's it. So roll
We're in a battle.
6 dice, full hand of paradox dice.
Oh boy.
Oh, I can't even look.
I know.
What happens if you double crit?
Do you remember that time
Is it
that
canceled out?
I messed up real bad? At least if you mess up, it doesn't cause the world to explode.
Yeah. You have a different stakes
Yeah.
going on.
The entire ocean just turned into.
Ice.
I have 2.
And 2 skulls.
Yeah.
2 and 2 skulls. Okay, so bad news is you just got 2 extra points of persistent paradox.
Oh shit.
Because you got 2 skulls. The other bad news is that the work you're doing to make the spell effect go off, it doesn't seem to be working right now. At the moment, you can succeed at a cost, or you can burn a willpower. Actually, you can't burn a willpower because it's a fully paradox.
They're all paradox. Yeah.
So unfortunately, your spell fizzles somewhat. You do create... part of the ship does turn, like you see the water in front of them start to turn into ice, and they do smash into it, which isn't fucking ideal, and they weren't really expecting it. So it does do a point of damage to the treasured virtue. However, no one, like as far as everyone on the ship is concerned, like they just hit something, they don't know what it was, they have other problems to worry about.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Would you now like to fire cannons, perhaps?
Yeah.
So that will be, you've got to roll 4 dice for Jen and Eric.
Come on,
Getting
Jen.
that cardio in.
Yeah, they're MVPs, honestly.
Difficult to hit is 2.
Hey, that's a crit.
You got a crit?
A good crit, not a bad one.
Yeah, crit +1.
Crit +1, so that's 5 total damage.
Yeah.
Okay, they're also going to have to roll on the crit table, which means I'm going to have to go and find the crit table. You absolutely battered them.
Oh, nice.
Like, this is an extremely serious situation for them. They just got hit exactly where they didn't want to get hit. Every single cannonball hits, which isn't something you normally expect. So I'm now going to find the crit table, and they're gonna roll on the crit table. This, I'm gonna tell you what, is not good for them at all. This is a bad scene. What's also a bad scene is me trying to find
The crit table.
trying to find the crit
It's a
table.
big
Yeah.
book, okay?
It's a fucking.
It's
Well, and also,
really big.
I made up all of these rules,
I'm like
so
sad.
I have to now find where I put the crit table.
Sad in the sense that like we should be sad for them, or
They're having a fucking
These
bad
are- wait,
time.
you-
They're also going to lose another point of morale.
oh, no.
Did you write all these rules, Patrick?
Yeah, this is
Oh,
all.
these are great.
Yeah, almost all of Mage of Sail, I wrote the rules.
These are great.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you share them on your Patreon.
I will.
I look forward to your TED Talk.
So they're going to roll on the crit table. Oh, okay. So they roll great.
God damn it.
You do a massive amount of damage.
Okay, we still do best.
We love
Yeah.
that.
You do a huge amount of
I love
damage.
that for
It's
us.
just that you're not going to get an extra effect. They are now kind of limping in the water, essentially. They look like they're about to start taking on water,
Sure.
potentially.
Lifting
Yeah,
in the water.
They are 100% just going to try and get away now. And you hear above from Corbin St. James says, I can see fighting on the deck.
Hell yeah.
Like they're fighting
There's
amongst-
infighting.
Okay.
There's people arguing with the helmsman.
I think we need to get our shark friend and our beast friend.
You want to get them into the water?
I just want to get them on. I think it's time.
Yeah. So do you want Apex to attack now, or do you want to wait until you board and have him launch a surprise attack? Because there is he's a chungus,
Yeah.
but there's a real chance he'll get overwhelmed if he
Yeah.
has to fight their entire crew.
I agree. I think we should get a little closer.
We should wait.
Before
We should do one more, like one or.
yeah.
Yeah. If we can get a little close so that we can assist the boarding.
Yeah, because his plan was to wait for the boarding crew, was what he understood.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was your whole turn. Or Edmonton. What would you like to do now?
Well, if I get the vibe from everyone wants to get closer, I will just I want to first roll for the ship or
Yeah.
for Big Paul to get closer
6 die.
and see if we can how close we can get. Let's see, that's 3 successes.
You got 3 successes? Okay, Big Paul's back on the money.
Hell yeah.
Good job.
You can tell that there's chaos in the crew at the moment, right? They were not prepared for this.
Right.
You're able to move 2 spaces.
All right. Hooray.
Now, if you wanted to charge, you could get very, very close to boarding. But with the attendant dangers of taking on more damage.
Yeah. Well, if I see them arguing, we're going to charge for
Yeah,
sure.
I was going to say charge. Okay, go for it.
So charge is 2 still.
Charge
right?
is 2, yes.
So which,
You're
which is in
you're-
boarding.
We're right
you're
next to them,
right up
yeah.
on them. You're going to need to move. So you have to move all the way over to the Scully. So you have to move one. No, you're in the right place.
Okay.
I'm just saying you haven't boarded yet.
Right. Okay, we're really close though.
Here's the thing. They're going to fire. And because you are at the most open range, the difficulty to hit you is 0. So
Right.
you are going to take a lot of damage from this. Potentially, if they
We
fire well.
have 9 health.
Yeah, you have lost 3 health.
Yes.
So you have 12 health.
You're
remaining.
correct. Okay, that's good. They probably can't roll 12 die.
Is there any way that I could do an effect?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I would love to touch the spirit of any seagulls within the general area.
I like where this is going.
I'm curious.
Okay. Yeah.
I would love to touch the spirit of the seagulls.
We're gonna like full.
And if I reach out to the seagulls, did any of them answer me?
So what you could speak to in this case is you could speak to you could summon the spirit of seagulls.
Yes. I would love to summon the spirit of seagulls.
Yeah.
And I'd like to say there'll be much food for you when this battle has ended. I would love for you to just shit on that ship.
Okay.
I'm trying to blind them.
Paint it white.
So roll.
I'm trying to blind them with seagull shit.
So this is a level 3 effect because you're
Okay.
summoning the spirit of seagulls. It's coincidental. No one knows you're doing anything. So go ahead and roll your 6 dice.
Okay.
You need to get at least 3 successes.
I think I have 1 paradox.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Spirit of seagulls isn't like a particularly lofty
Oh
spirit.
gosh.
So it'll
1,
answer pretty-
2, 3. Yeah. 4 successes.
4 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no spooky crits.
Nope. No spooky crits.
So you summon the spirit of the seagulls, and he goes, "Caw-caw! Excuse me." Hello. You summoned me.
Yes, hello,
Good call.
wonderful, noble bird of the sea.
Oh, thank you very much.
I have that ship over there. There's much food on it, and we're trying to take it down. But I would just love if you and your brethren would just, vomit and or excrete onto it, so that we could take it down faster, and so that your brethren may eat the entrails of whatever is left.
I see. It's a fine plan. I would request a boon from you for doing this.
Of course.
We would like all of the food that is on their ship.
On their ship?
Will be
Excellent.
thrown into the sea.
Absolutely. We can do that for you gladly.
You will take an oath.
I will take an oath that all of the food on that ship will be thrown into the sea. Anything edible on that ship will be yours.
Okay. He goes, the pact is sealed.
The pact is
And he
sealed.
disappears. The fucking crew of the Treasured Virtue had enough problems.
Thank you. Yeah, they sure do.
So as they, you see every kind of, a lot of seagulls go, what the fuck is going on here? So there are seagulls around. They're quite curious.
Yeah.
And almost as one, they all sort of, it's interesting. It's not like they all decided at the same time, but every seagull got into its head like, I could shit right now.
Yeah.
I could totally shit.
I could shit right now.
Also, vomiting is a defense mechanism for a lot of seabirds. So cormorants,
I trust
Yeah.
Pelicans, just vomiting.
So they just unleash. Absolutely. This ship looks like a painter's radio. Like, it is just completely
Painted radio.
coated in shit.
Smells bad too.
It smells bad.
Yeah.
There's also some vomit in there. People are slipping. They're sliding.
Yeah.
They're going to lose another point of morale,
That's right.
Excellent.
which is, I'm going to tell you what, they didn't have a fucking ton of morale.
They are at
To deal with.
2 morale or 1?
They're now at 1 morale.
Hell yeah.
You're close enough now that you can see that the captain is screaming at them. Screaming at his
Good.
crew, and one of them looks like they're about to maybe haul off and punch him.
Yeah. Great.
Um,
I'm done.
Done. Yeah, you did a great job. And then the captain shouts, "Fire!"
Okay. Well, can you
And
see,
you know,
buddy?
there's one thing that he wipes a big.
Big white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ew.
and the cannons are below deck,
Yeah.
so they have been unmolested by these seagulls.
Morale's down though. They feel really bad about it.
They're pretty bummed.
Here, captain yells, "Fire!" It's last ditch effort to try and scare you enough that you go away, and indeed, his cannoneers do fire. However, they are thinking about a lot of things while this is happening. They're thinking about the cannonball that went through the ceiling recently,
It's pretty bad.
trying to figure out what was going on with that,
It's loud.
trying to figure out what the smell is, trying to figure out why the calls of seagulls are screaming in their ears, and wondering why the beasts of this world have turned against them.
Mm-hmm.
And they do fire. A last-ditch effort. However, they don't even aim first. Everyone they hear fire, they just pull the cord, and it doesn't do much. Even at this range, they don't hit very well. And your ship takes a single point of damage. So yeah, it's going pretty well. Wilhelm, go ahead and roll.
All right, so this is movement.
Yeah.
4.
You got 4 successes. Okay, would you like to board the ship?
I think it's boarding time.
It's boarding time.
It's boarding time.
It's boarding time. Let's get bored.
So now Apex knows it's time to do the Echo the Dolphin trick from
Yes.
the back.
Yeah.
I, at the exact same time as he would land, would love to create a mental impulse
Okay.
across the ship,
Yeah.
which is, we're fucked. We're taking on water. We got to jump off the ship.
To everyone?
To
On the
everyone
other
on
ship.
the
On
other
the other
ship.
ship?
Yes.
Okay.
The crew of the other ship.
All right. The good news about this is that's what they all want to do.
Sure.
So go ahead and roll me. That is a coincidental effect for all that it matters. However, that's a lot of people to affect.
Okay.
So I'm going to say you're going to have to include 3 paradox dice.
3 paradox. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a big chunk of people. Even if you're just putting a thing as like, even if it's just jump overboard, and they kind of want to do it, you're doing it to a lot. It's a
Sure. It's only a level
2 effect.
2 effect. Yeah.
So you would need to get 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So 3.
Yeah.
Hope my team is down with this. In case it gets bad. Oh yeah, we get a paradox credit.
So the good news is you kicked ass.
But the bad news is I kicked ass too hard?
you kick ass too hard.
You could say that.
So here's the thing. What you say to them is you send out an impression, which is we are taking on water. It's time to abandon ship.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, this pushes against their minds so hard that some men do. You see men immediately just like jumping overboard, swimming for your ship to see if they can take shelter, or just trying to swim, like wondering if they're close enough to the Golden Isle that they could swim to Hammerhead Bay. But you also look out at some of the deck crew who are preparing to be boarded, and you realize that what you have ignited in them is a fight or flight response.
Okay.
And as the grappling hooks hit their ship, and as your men sing, "Bones! Bones! 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 Bones!" you realize that there is going to be pitched hand-to-hand combat with the remaining crew of the Treasured Virtue. And we will burden our souls with those secrets next time on Mage of Sail. Thank you very much for watching.
We won.
Please like, subscribe. You can even go ahead and click the bell notification if you want. And if you're enjoying the show, please consider following us and supporting us on Patreon. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
A wizard's life for me. We sailed the mighty ocean to find the traitor sea. Bones, bones, bones. A wizard's life for me. We found the isles unconquered as they should ever be. Bones, bones, bones. A wizard's life for me. We sailed the mighty ocean to find the traitor sea. Bones, bones, bones. A wizard's life for me. We found the isles unconquered as they should ever be.